Good morning, everyone. How are we doing today? We have what might be a more somber discussion, although all my discussions with Matt are so awesome. I bet we end up laughing the whole time anyway. We get accused of being brothers from a different mother, man. I don't know if you've seen those comments,
True.
but you're like East Coast, I'm West Coast, but people love us, man. How you doing?
I'm doing awesome, Mike. And I love that they love us. I mean, we're here to have fun doing what we do and entertain.
Yeah.
And it was really actually kind of funny. I was talking to a friend of mine. He goes, "So why do you do that?" I go, "Honestly, it's not for the money."
It's just fun. Yeah.
It's fun to talk shop, and hopefully people watching it are entertained. They get a good laugh out of it, and they can definitely learn something. There's no doubt in my mind you can learn something.
Oh, there's no question. It's really funny that our histories are so similar, right? Came from nothing.
Crazy.
Went up the sales ranks, now doing, leadership stuff. Yeah, we have very similar stories. It's pretty awesome.
We do. And it's really cool about it though, Mike, is that it's amazing to see that process and the progress, right? Just so much alike. And it's scary. Like as Mike and I got to know each other, it was kind of like, man, this is the weirdest. This is crazy. But yeah, it's nuts. But yeah, I mean, I that's why I was so thrilled to become part of the channel, back when we did, is just because I know that you give back. I wanted to be able to do the same because heaven knows it is not about the money. It is really just about being able to help people because you know what? The thing that I smash on those guys selling those $15,000 courses, holy Lord. Like
really,
if your thing actually worked that well, you wouldn't spend any time putting a course together. You'd be doing that multi-million-dollar thing constantly, becoming a billionaire.
Yeah.
Like that's what would happen.
Yeah. The thing I love about our journey is it was just more proof that anybody could do it. Right.
Absolutely.
When you sit here in like your own little world, you go, did I get lucky? Did I do this? And when we got connected, I'm like, nope, anybody could do it. Do the work.
Nope.
Yep. Do the work. So what I want to do on this episode is we've both had some life events which happen around us to just remind us once again that life is short.
Yeah.
And, life is to be enjoyed. Decisions made today have implications in the future. There's just so many things to think about. But I know you're going to a funeral tomorrow.
I am.
And those are always somber moments, but it also makes you think, at least when I go to them, I think not only about the individual, but it makes me think about my life, my purpose, my family, my memories, all of those things. And I had an event like that here over the weekend as well. It's just like, just another reminder that tomorrow is not promised to anyone. So I thought we should talk about it. It may be more somber, but it's recognition. I think it happens to all of us. So what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I think so it was my wife's father, completely unexpected, mid-50s, just was a thing, and so just crazy event. But in all honesty, it's it will be a somewhat somber event tomorrow. But I'm that guy at a funeral that either A, gets thrown out, or B, make sure other people are kind of having a little bit of fun, just because that's not how people want to be remembered. Right. Like, he was a great guy. He was a lot of fun to hang out with, and, really positive guy. And was he perfect? No, by no stretch. But I think that for me, the thing that always reflects on it for me is, I've made a lot of the right decisions for my family because I always respected that life can be short and that it is a process. Mm-hmm. And so, I am not one of those guys. I'm probably one of those guys who has to go back and tell my 14-year-old self or 15-year-old self when I was no longer going to school, hey man, just stick, keep going hard. It's scary and it's hard a lot of days, but just stick, keep going. Cause man, in later in life for you, you're going to have so much fun. It's not even funny. And so I think that people, they feel a lot more secure about their future if you can take more control about your present, right? Yeah. And I think that, I love real estate. I really enjoy it. It's something fun that I do. And the nervous thing for me in turning it into a business was what happens with my joy if it becomes a business.
Yeah, I've thought about that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I think about these moments in time, and it's, they just happen throughout life, just as these reminders. Yeah. A couple of things hit me, and it wasn't always this way. I didn't always think this way, but as I got older or more mature or experienced, whatever you want to say, it's just another reminder. It's not about stuff. It's about it's about experiences and memories.
Yeah.
Something I have not been very good at in my life is simply taking pictures, which I have no excuse for, right? The freaking thing in my pocket can do that now. So I'm such a jackass for not doing that.
It's only 20 megapixels, so they probably won't look that good.
Ah, thanks. Probably makes me look better, actually. But yeah, I don't take enough pictures and memories, right? I think everybody on my channel knows that I loved my dogs, but we lost dogs recently. And I have some, but not nearly enough. It's just little reminders. And then the other thing is just the notion of giving back, which is important to both of us.
Yep.
Right. We will not be here someday in the future, but hopefully the impact that the stuff that we give outlives us and continues to impact generations to come. I mean, those are what kind of pull me forward now, right? Because again, I don't have the interest in doubling or tripling what I have now. I don't have interest in the jet or that other stuff. But man, if we go from having 5 deals done over the weekend, which is reported yesterday, to 50 deals, that would be pretty cool, I think.
Yep. But here's the thing. It's not because it's the number that you're striving for. It's because you know that that's an impact in 50 different families' lives, changing the trajectory.
Yeah.
Changing the trajectory. One of the stories that I always tell, especially young kids, is so when my grandpa was, back in the, I think it was the 50s. I always get fuzzy on the dates, but he had a chance. There were 2 main kind of computer type of companies that were starting to be listed at that time. A little tiny one that we know as International Business Machines, otherwise known as IBM. And then another one called Telefile. Yes, Telefile. So at the time, they didn't have Robinhood. In fact, the real Robinhood existed then.
Yeah.
But he ran around to all these different brokerage firms and he bought whatever block of Telefile shares he could get. Block. Wow. And so he's thinking, yes, this is going to go to the moon, so on and so forth. And what ends up happening? It bombs out. Well, the difference between the decision he made on Telefile and the decision he would have made on IBM, I would be known as, the lumberjack of the Northeast if he had guessed right, but he didn't. But here's the thing, that didn't impact his life in any way negatively. It's you win, you lose, you make sure that you're, putting in your time and making the effort and taking the trip, taking the journey. I always like to say success is a journey. It's not a destination. And so you get on a path that you're happy, but you do have to see return on that investment of your time, because Mike and I talk about that all the time. Time is the most valuable thing that you have.
Yeah. It's the only thing you can't get back. You can't get
That's
back.
right.
Yeah. For me, it is about, I hope this comes across that this is a journey. It's a process. It's base hits like we talked about earlier. But the other thing, the biggest regret, I talk about it in the book, is not taking just a couple of moments in time to enjoy the process.
Yes.
Right. I tell people now, you don't even have to, this is so stupid. Oh God. I don't have pictures of me standing in front of the houses we bought. What would I give now to have a poster board or a sheet or something with all the houses or apartments or duplexes I bought on the journey, just to sit back maybe and go, wow, we did that.
Yeah.
What a dumbass I am for not doing that. Jesus Christ.
Not trying to throw some dirt on that for you, but yeah, we did that.
Yeah.
We did that. We've got all that stuff. Like we have the house that we moved into that we could just literally not afford. And the only way we could afford to get back in the area was a duplex. And so we did it, and I signed the contract, and it was a 203K loan, streamline. And wouldn't you know it, the guy got paid and ran away and didn't finish the work. And so I ended up becoming a carpenter and everything else to do in that house. So it was a huge bump in the road. I could have rolled over, but having and enjoying that journey. Yeah, Mike, that's something you and I both, quite frankly, suck at, is just being excited and enjoying and celebrating the big wins, really enjoying and celebrating the big wins. I have to, my wife is awesome. She helps me, get better at that stuff more by telling me we're going to go out and do something, because that was really cool.
Bring your checkbook, honey. We're going to go spend some money.
Yes. Yeah. We need to do something nice. But my wife's amazing. She's super, super low maintenance. And so I know it's her just making sure that we take the time to celebrate the win, because it takes up a lot of your time. And like you, Mike, I don't know. I mean, am I going to be triple or quadruple the size that I am now? I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be that. I think it just comes to a point of saying, you know what, we're content with what we have. We want to be a smart company for our family.
Yeah.
And as we grow our family, we want to grow our company, but there has to be a level of contentment, not contempt, but contentment in where you're at, and recognizing it is a journey, and being happy and excited about the win that you just got, celebrating that, and then getting focused to do the next one.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, this may be a little more somber than our normal ones. We've only laughed 3 or 4 times in this video versus 30. But yeah, I think it's about enjoying the journey. I would tell people to document, don't make my error. But yeah, it's not all about stuff. It's about memories. So, just, life is short, and, when it's over, it's over. So any closing thoughts on this?
If you have kids, do it with your kids.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yes. If you have kids, do it with your kids.
Make them have memories. Yes.
Yes. Yes. I mean, that's, whatever happens to me later on in life, my kids will have been on job sites since they were 3 weeks old, and they might not remember some of that, but being 1 and 2 and 3, like, now that we've got 3 kids, I'll take my son out, I'll take my daughter out. My son's 3 and my daughter's 2. Nice. I'll take them out to the job site and introduce them to different contractors and get them to say hi and things like that. Yeah. And then we use that to build their word vocabulary as well. Awesome. Sammy's 3 and he knows the word amortization. We're still working on what it means.
Hey, I'm not sure I could say that word at 30, let alone 3.
Yeah. But it's great though, because it's a great shared experience. And they also, I think, when you say, I got to go and do an errand or look at a property, they also know what it means, and they're not throwing a fit in the air and, being difficult about it. So, or a lot of times they'll say, hey, can I go? And it's like, yeah, sure. That's great. I wish for us, my mom had to do it because she was a single mom. And so I was in cars at, 8 and 9 years old. That's how I spent a lot of my Saturdays, was going on showings with my mom. And that sucked, but it was an experience, and still something that, even when we lost my mom about, 18 years ago, it's something I still remember, still going and doing that as a kid. And it was just one of those memories that we cherish. So yeah, success is a journey, but yeah, if you have kids, involve your kids. It's a lot of fun. And there will be stories I know you'll talk about later. My nephew that I used to take on some stuff, he still talks about it now. He's 8, 9 years old. So
that is so awesome. Yes. Take your kids with you, make them a part of it, have them have memories. They may begrudge you now, but they'll remember it fondly later. So
absolutely.
Thank you for that. Enjoy the rest of your day, and make sure you support the wife tomorrow.
Absolutely. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon.
You got it.